In this episode, you're going to see some of the most common accessible design mistakes that newbie designers make. Let's take a look. Number 5, using click here as your link text. This is horrible. Don't do this. Link text has to be descriptive of where that link is going to take you. Not only is it a requirement of basic WCAG compliance, if you don't make your links descriptive, it can get super, super annoying and downright unusable for people using screen readers. How, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you. As you navigate through a website or other digital things with a keyboard, the screen reader will announce the text of interactive items, which includes links. Now close your eyes. I'm waiting. Now imagine a page full of nothing but links that say, click here. You'll hear this. Link, click here. Link, click here. Link, click here.
Didn't we do this yesterday?
I don't know what you mean.
Don't mess with me, pork chop.
And you'll never know where those links will take you. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Yesterday, I unsubscribed from 40-something email lists that I was on, and I felt like I had to share some of these, save some of these for you. So Kohl's, I get so much email from them, even though I asked them to stop. But let's go to the bottom where I can figure out how to unsubscribe from here. If you no longer wish to receive emails from Kohls.com, unsubscribe here. That's stupid. This is one of my biggest pet peeves in these stupid email lists that I get. But a lot of people do it annoying. And just this footer cracks me up. Oh gosh. This email was sent from this site, so it's going to say link this site. No one knows what this site is. God, it's probably a phishing place. I don't know. And if you don't want to receive the emails, you can change your email preferences here, where here is the link. So don't do this. There's a huge difference in usability between link, click here, and link, remove yourself from this email list. So don't use click here ever again. The number 4 mistake is undifferentiated hyperlinks. And we're still on links, yes, but what do I mean by this? I've seen it so many times. And unfortunately, seasoned designers mess this up all the time. I'm looking at you, specifically Salesforce. You are my example. Okay, this is just me in the builder. And I have default components on here. I put this lovely Bacon Ipsum paragraph, and I made one of them a link. Link text has to be 3-to-1 ratio, contrast ratio difference between itself and the text surrounding it. It has to have a 4.5-to-1 contrast with the background it's sitting on. And if the link text color isn't contrasty enough with the surrounding link text, people aren't going to see that. A lot of colorblind users have this issue. So let's go ahead and preview this thing. And I'll hover over it. See, it's a link. By default, it should be underlined. You know what? There's all kinds of cool things you can do, like here. This is a cool one I found where, we'll make that smaller. Okay, see this right here, the CSS text decoration? That's what makes the link look like a link with like underlines and stuff. I mean, there's so much. Don't have it set to none. Never have it set to none. Underline, that's great. Do that. And then there's all kinds of things you can do with, but it's still underlined and people can see that it's a link. What I never, ever, ever want you to do is overline it. Don't overline it. I don't know how many of you have Hulu. I have Hulu. And when I go in, our profiles are listed down the left of the screen. And when you're focused on a name, it's overlined. It's not underlined. Do you know how confusing that is? Link text needs to visually stand out from the text that surrounds it. The number 3 mistake is assuming that accessible color use is only about contrast. Color contrast is probably the single most visible part of accessible design, but it's not the only color-related thing that you need to worry about with regards to accessible design. Colors can't be the only indicator of meaning. So if you have, like, let's do this. Let's say you have a required field. You have a form and it has a whole bunch of fields. And best practice says, hey, okay, if everything is required, you don't mark it as required. You mark the weird one. So if something is optional in a form of all required stuff, you mark the optional field as optional. So there are times we all see that there are form fields that are required. They don't have the asterisk. You can't only use red to show that it's required. You have to have another indicator to show that it is required, like an asterisk. That's why I hate the whole, if everything is required, don't mark it as required. I hate that. If it's required, mark it as required. A lot of us need that. Or, okay, line charts is another example. Oh, I have an example for you. Nope, that's not it. Yep, that's it. Okay, line charts. Ta-da! Here's a line chart where color is the only indicator of meaning. But Steph, it's not the only indicator of meaning. Look, there's a legend. Okay, fine. Let's test that. Look, the easiest way to check this is, hold on, let me pull it up here. Accessibility ribbon, I don't need you, but I need you. Inspect without color, or just show whatever you're designing, whether it's a presentation or a website or whatever, you're using data, preview it in black and white. Now, can you tell me which line is which? Color is, in fact, the only indicator of meaning here. In that case, direct label your lines. Whenever you're doing charts, just as a best practice, direct label stuff. Fun fact, I go into more depth about this very subject in my accessible design courses at Ally Jam Academy. I'll put the link in the description in case you're interested. Okay, number 2, reinventing the wheel. There are design patterns that people expect to be presented with. Cart icons on the top right, inactive states being gray, check boxes are square. Some new designers are so excited and eager to innovate and create something new and cool that a lot of them deviate way too far from expected patterns. And when they do that, they confuse the user, especially neurodivergent users. Your digital thing is not a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
People should know what to expect. Redesign the wheel. Don't reinvent it, unless it helps the user. And remember, checkboxes are square. People are going to think that this is a radio list and you can choose one. Radio buttons are round. If you see a square one, you're going to think you can select multiple. Imagine that. Don't confuse your users, okay? Okay. And finally, number 1 is forgetting to design for when things go wrong. New designers and many seasoned designers still make this mistake. We design beautiful user journeys and interfaces, and we forget that we need to design error messages and error states and help text. So if you hand off your Figma file without those things to a developer, chances are you're going to end up with no help text, error messages that say invalid email address, or even worse, no error messages at all, and an inability to submit a form. Let me show. Here, somewhere, something went wrong. That is very bad. That is not helpful and doesn't even show you what is what. Instead, make sure you have helpful text when you have an error, something that can help the user fix what they messed up. There are best practices when presenting errors and help text that helps the user fix their mistakes, which are absolutely vital to neurodivergence. I beat the neurodivergent drum a lot. You'll notice that. So design error and warning states into your prototypes. Think about whatever could possibly go wrong and design a way out of it for the user. And that is the top 5 accessible design mistakes new designers make. Don't forget to leave a comment below. And if there are other common mistakes you see being committed, let me know in the comments too. Would love to know. See you next time.